Hey, if you're watching this video, that's great because we're going to show you the ins and out of how truckers actually plan trips, or trip planning for truck drivers. Now, when you think about it and you're driving your car, most of the time you're like, hey, I have to go to the grocery store, or I got to go see my friend Betty up the street. And all you're going to do is you're going to get in your car and you're going to drive. Now, truck drivers are not going to be doing that. They're going to be making much longer trips on average, as long as they're not doing like local deliveries, right? So when it comes to trip planning, that's a super important of actually being a professional truck driver, especially if you're going over the road long hauling. Because it's not just about getting in your truck and start driving until you get tired, because there's a whole lot of rules and regulations in place that you have to be aware of when it comes to actually driving and transporting goods and equipment. So the first thing that you do have to understand is that you cannot drive 24 hours a day. By law, you can drive a maximum of 11 hours. Now, once you actually start your day, you can have a maximum of a 14-hour day, which means say you stop on the side of the road and you're trying to fix something, or maybe you're at a delivery stop and you're not driving but you're delivering something, that's still technically working, which means once you start working, that clock starts and that 14-hour day actually cuts you off. So now you can start understanding, when you put these time constraints into effect, how effective you are at trip planning is going to be the difference between you making money and potentially losing money if you're really bad at trip planning, right? So when it comes to trip planning as a truck driver, these are the main takeaways that you do have to understand. You're going to have to understand, okay, I can only drive 11 hours a day. If I'm going over the road and I'm traveling across multiple state lines, I have to start planning my route on what's going to be the least amount of traffic out there, right? Because if I'm stuck in traffic for 5 hours, that means I was only able to drive for 6, and that gets kind of crazy, right? So that means it's going to affect your entire thing. One of the softwares that we recommend is Trucker Path, and this is actually going to help you out with all of your truck planning needs itself, right? So first thing that you have to understand is try to avoid heavy traffic areas. Some of the main congested areas is if you're going from north to south, the DC area can get very, very congested. So you might want to take some alternate routes to go around Washington, DC, because that can get kind of crazy, right? But that being said, on top of the traffic, you also have to worry about, okay, where am I going to sleep? Where am I going to park? Where am I going to eat? All of these things have to make sure that you are planning ahead of time to make sure you're not going to get stuck and trying to always be in reaction. Because the difference between professionals and amateurs is amateurs react to the situation, professionals anticipate and they plan their trips accordingly. And those are the guys who are living more stress-free, and those are the guys who are making more money simply because they have more experience and they're able to plan things out way in advance. So some of the things is going to be, of course, fuel. So anytime you're fueling up your truck, you want to make sure that you can kill two birds with one stone potentially. Can you actually just go get some food at that fuel stop? Is there going to be a gas station that does not offer fuel? These are all things that actually happen when it comes to trip planning. When it comes to parking, are they going to be able to park your truck overnight? And can you actually sleep inside your truck? Is it illegal to sleep inside your truck? Is it going to be a rest stop? Is it going to be in a local area? What's going on there? All these things have to happen, right? So of course, when you do plan your trip, not everything is going to work as 100% as you planned it, because of course, we're not God, we don't control everything. But you want to make sure you have a good plan ahead, and then you're able to make modifications as needed. Say you run into crazy traffic, say that there's an accident, say something happens that's out of your control. Now you at least have a framework of where you want to go and how you can actually adapt to it. Now these are one of the skill sets that you'll learn better as you get more experience driving a truck. Just like anybody else, the first time you're doing anything, you're going to kind of wiggle your way through it. There are some people out there that train you on this stuff, but in most cases, everyone has their own version of trip planning when it comes to trucking. What we do here at Driving Academy is we prepare you to actually get into that position where you're actually making money driving a truck for yourself, and then we can actually give you guidance on what real life trucking actually is. And that's why we have our videos here on YouTube, or you can check us out on Instagram or our Facebook page, and we can always are putting out good content for you, whether you're about to get your CDL license, whether you are a CDL driver already, or whether you're an owner-operator and own a major fleet. We probably have content that can actually help you out and be fulfilled to get you closer to your goals, right? But if you are looking to get into this career, the first thing you're going to need is a piece of plastic that looks like this, which is your CDL license. So if you want to get that, give the best school a call, 908-525-3609, or check out our website at cdldrivingacademy.com and find a location near you. Thanks, and have a fantastic day. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, make sure you hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel. It's really going to help us out. Click on that button. And if you want to continue yourself on your road to freedom, here's more videos to watch. There's endless amounts. Hopefully we get to see each other one day very soon. Thanks.